Wow.
I'd like to welcome everybody to City Council meeting with a public hearing and executive session, June 2nd, 2026 at 7:10 p.m. I hereby call this meeting to order. I will stand and do our flag salute for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we'll do roll call and absences. It looks like we're missing Richard Rockwell for tonight. But other than that, we have a quorum. We'll go to our certificate of appreciation. I'd like to present Ethan Salata, our counselor. We would face this way. So Ethan, how long did you serve?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. So we have a presentation, a certificate of appreciation that we're going to give to Ethan for his service as a counselor for the city of Boardman. He has moved his family to Lapine, and no longer going to be able to be of service for it. So it was my honor to thank you for your service and give you that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ethan, for this opportunity as well.
It's not disrespectful. Have a great night. I'll see you guys.
Yes, thank you.
Night.
Thank you, Ethan.
Thanks, Ethan.
We're moving on to approval of minutes, City Council meeting minutes, May 5th, 2026.
I move to approve the minutes of May 5th, 2026 city Council regular meeting as presented.
Second.
A motion is second. Is there any discussion that we'd like to have? All in favor of our minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Budget Committee meeting minutes, May 12th, 2026.
I move to approve the minutes of May 12, 2026 Budget Committee meeting as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor of the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? City Council workshop minutes, May 13th, 2026.
I move to approve the minutes of May 13th, 2026 city council workshop as presented.
I second that.
A motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Financial report, Ms. Barajas, April 2026.
Yes, thank you. April is when I did most of the budgeted interfund transfers. They are in two formats for you. On the actual financials in the lower right-hand corner is a summary, so total by funds. And then in the notes to the finance report, I did line item by line item with an arrow across so that you could see exactly what those transfers were. They're both the same information, just in two different ways, so that you could interpret that a little bit easier. Also want to point out our interest rates have held steady from prior month, and I think they're going to continue like that for a couple of months. They're wanting not to rock the boat too much with the economy, so that's good for us on building up a little bit more interest on some of our funds. But unless anybody has any questions on the financial report, April's kind of a regular month.
Anybody have any questions? All right, hearing no questions, we'll go right to our formal proceedings. Opening up the public hearing. The public hearing is considered The public hearing to consider the renaming two streets and the naming of a street proposed to be dedicated is called to order. The public hearing this evening will be conducted as follows. We'll have a staff report, public testimony in the following order: any testimony in support of the action, any testimony opposing the action, and any neutral testimony. Then we'll close the public testimony. After the record is closed for testimony, no other testimony will be heard from anyone unless the City Council has a specific question. The City Council may ask questions to staff, after which the City Council will discuss the matter and make a decision. The City Council may make a final decision tonight, or the matter may be continued to a time and date certain in the future. If the matter is continued, this will be the only notice of that time and date you will receive. Testimony. If you wish to speak, please fill out a testimony form and submit it to the city clerk. I will recognize those people wishing to speak. Any questions should be addressed through me. Please state both your name and address for the record when you come to the podium, as the hearing is being recorded. Please keep the testimony concise and to the point. Testimony should be on the action under consideration. Staff report. Planning official Carla McLean will now present the staff report.
Thank you, Mayor Kiefer. My apologies for not being there in person. I'm just wrapping up a long vacation and I'm probably a little still on vacation. So my apologies if I stumble through this at all. Initially, we were going to have 3 in front of you. I believe one of them has been pulled. So there are only 2 items for you to consider. One is the renaming of a portion of Southwest Eagle, south of Goldfinch. This is for addressing purposes predominantly. In the subdivision, there's also an Eagle Court, and Eagle Court has an addressing sequence in the 200s. And as we moved into this next portion of Southwest Eagle, it would have been also in the 200s. And to alleviate any confusion, particularly for emergency responders, we decided to the best action was to change the name of the road. So we worked with the developer of the project and have come up with Southwest Cardinal. So Southwest Eagle, nobody has been addressed on it yet on that portion of Southwest Eagle, so it doesn't impact anybody who has already have an address. And so this change would be, again, for the portion south of Goldfinch to be changed from Southwest Eagle to Southwest Cardinal. The second one that's before you is a change on the Chaparral, in the Chaparral subdivision. Again, this is to create clarity in addressing and also for emergency response. Sam Irons with the fire department was in the office and I kind of ran it by him. He was supportive of this, but this is changing on the first Chaparral plat. The section of street is inferred to be named Southwest Mount Hood. And it's the portion where it turns and goes north and would connect to what has been Chaparral. And again, we're looking at this, a lot of this relative to rural addressing. I worked for the county for too long, just addressing, not rural addressing. And so we want to make sure we clearly delineate where Mount Hood Avenue will end and where Mesquite Street or Mesquite would start. And so we've clearly delineated that. The map that was identified to be attached to the ordinance has a line drawn on it. Hopefully that shows it clearly. So everything north of that line would be Mesquite, and then everything to the west of that line would still be Mount Adams. Happy to answer any questions any of you may have.
Just one question. The developer came up with the name changes or
For which one?
for Mesquite?
So Mesquite was their proposal on the plat.
Okay.
Yep. We're just more clearly identifying where Mesquite will start and end. So it'll start right there at that corner and it will terminate at Oregon Trail Boulevard.
Thank you.
And I guess I should confirm, Mr. Hammond, we did pull the third one, right? I don't need to speak to the Pacheco.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
So north of Mount Hood is going to be called Mesquite.
Yes.
And then if you go east, then you get back onto, then that's Chaparral.
Chaparral will be that little tiny section of road that is going to connect. I hope I get
Connect
the
to
right.
Kincaid, right?
Right, Kincaid to Mesquite will be Chaparral. Yeah. And because somebody was already addressed on Chaparral and we wanted to have as
Oh,
little
yeah.
impact as possible, we left Chaparral the way it was. But just we're more clearly delineating where it will start and end by
So
how we're
Mesquite,
addressing the streets adjacent.
Mesquite's just technically going into that subdivision.
And for the three lots of 1,300, 1,400, and 1,500, or just 13 and 1,400?
So I am not seeing, I don't have the map open, so give me just a sec here.
Yeah, it's right there on the corner.
Okay,
So those are all undeveloped lots. So
right.
no one's.
Just those two lots though. That's all it looks like would be.
North will be more lots. This will be developed.
Which
Right,
would
but yes, on
connect
the-
eventually to Oregon Trail, correct? Mesquite will eventually connect to Oregon
Oh,
Trail.
I see what you're saying.
Oh, okay. I'm not seeing the map.
The attachment.
Yeah.
It's on the terminus one on the agenda, terminus of Southwest Mount Hood PDF.
So from the
Okay.
hearing, it's down under almost at action items number 10.
It's listed under the ordinance, Carla.
Yep, I found it. Sorry. Yes. So tax lots 13 and 14, 1,300 and 1,400 would be addressed on Mesquite. Well, I should say tax lot 1,400 will be addressed on Mesquite. Tax lot 1,300 could be addressed on Mesquite, or it could be addressed on Chaparral, depending on
Gotcha.
which how they oriented the home on that lot.
Yeah.
But that tax lot, what is that, 1,500 would be clearly addressed on Mount Hood.
Yeah.
And 1,200 again could be addressed on either Mount Hood or on Mesquite, depending on which way they decided to orient the home.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Gotcha.
But the developer plans to move Mesquite all the way down. Trail.
Right, which we
Yeah.
north.
Street sign's already there.
Right. What you're not seeing on this map is the Chaparral subdivision that we haven't, we're getting ready to sign the final plat on. But yes, that street that would be where Chaparral would connect to it, that would be Mesquite. All the way to Oregon Trail Boulevard.
Okay.
All that area is paved now, correct?
Yes, that's my understanding.
Are there any other questions? Is that your report, Carla?
That would conclude my staff report unless there's any further questions.
Are there any other questions for Carla concerning the staff report? Thank you, Carla.
Thank you.
Does anyone wish to speak in favor of the action? Hearing nothing, does anyone wish to speak against the action? And does anyone have any neutral testimony? And since we have no comments, there will be no rebuttal. The public testimony portion of the hearing is now closed. Is there any discussion by the city council that you'd like to have at this time? All right, moving on. Pre-range presentation, Mauer County Schools. They were unable to come today. They have 2 weeks left, 7 days. Let's see, today is Tuesday, so that'll be 6 days left. So,
It's hard to keep the kids in the building.
yeah. All right, action items, ordinance 8/2026, and an ordinance renaming the portion of Southwest Eagle Drive south of Goldfinch Lane to Cardinal Drive within the city of Boardman.
I think we have to read it into the record first.
I move to approve the reading by title only of ordinance 8-2026, an ordinance renaming the portion of Southwest Eagle Drive south of Goldfinch Lane to Cardinal Drive within the city of Boardman.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion you'd like to have?
I just want to say I like it, and I do also think that it was good that we had input from some of the first responders.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, having hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Ordinance 9/2026, an ordinance establishing council rules and
Mayor
repealing
Keeper.
ordinance.
Now I'll do the second reading, right?
He has to read it into the record.
Oh, I didn't follow the script. Go ahead.
Ordinance 8-2026, an ordinance renaming the portion of Southwest Eagle Drive south of Goldfinch Lane to Cardinal Drive within the city of Boardman.
Now we're into the adoption.
I move to adopt ordinance 8-2026, an ordinance renaming the portion of Southwest Eagle Drive south of Goldfinch Lane to Cardinal Drive within the city of Boardman.
I'll second.
Ah,
I'm going to confirm that was Counselor Hughes.
I did say something.
We'll give it to him.
This time.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Now on to B. Ordinance 9/2026, an ordinance establishing council rules and repealing ordinance number 3/2023.
Perfect. So if you'll go in the council rules, section 5.2, that's what we're talking about. That is the discussed order that we mentioned last time. It moves the public comment up. Public comments are made before any consent agenda, ordinance, resolutions. I think that was what you asked. And then trying to give as much public or like people who are visiting, get them up front, and then they can be excused if need be. Also note that the consent agenda is on there. What that would do is, for example, when we have all the approval of minutes, it would be in a consent agenda item, which I think we've discussed prior. That's it.
Okay,
So-
step one.
I moved to approve the reading by title only of ordinance 9-2026, an ordinance establishing council rules and repealing ordinance number 3-2023.
Second that.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion you'd like to have?
It might seem minor, but it threw my brain off that it doesn't feel like it's in order because we just discussed the renaming of the two streets. And now it feels like it was shoved in the middle of those two ordinances. I just wanted to say that.
If you would like an explanation for that.
Yes.
We were originally going to name all of the streets in one ordinance. And after we already numbered them, they decided to split the streets into multiple ordinances. So everything had already been numbered. So I had to keep with the numbers.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Cool. Ordinance 9-2026, an ordinance establishing council rules and repealing ordinance number 3-2023.
I move to adopt ordinance 9-2026, an ordinance establishing council rules and repealing ordinance number 3/2023.
second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. I have a discussion item on this one. So every time we want to change the order of our of our public comment, we have to change our council rules. This is addressing,
You have the authority to change any, sorry. You have the authority to change any order that you want.
so the reason we're changing our
This
council rules,
is in two-part where, so we added consent agenda, we
That's what I
added
was
the
getting at.
consolidated city manager report.
so we had to repeal that because we added
Correct.
consent agenda.
Correct.
Okay, is there any concern? Here's my concern about just the city manager giving head reports. If I have a question, how are you gonna answer that?
Oh. They're still gonna come. There's gonna be a written report. If I can't answer it, they're still gonna be
Okay.
available.
And I would just add that as far as consent agenda, if you have read the consent agenda and you have any questions, we'll be able to discuss
Cool.
items on the consent agenda. Because way I foresee it is we'll have a consent agenda and we'll probably just, are there any questions as far as the consent agenda? And then each counselor could state their questions or their comments in regards to the consent agenda. Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Ordinance 10-2026, an ordinance renaming a portion of Southwest Mount Hood Avenue to Mesquite Street within the city of Boardman.
I move to approve the reading by title only of ordinance 10-2026, an ordinance renaming a portion of Southwest Mount Hood Avenue to Southwest Mesquite Street within the city of Boardman.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, Mr. Hammond.
Thank you. I'm there. Excuse me. Ordinance 10-2026, an ordinance renaming a portion of Southwest Mount Hood Avenue to Southwest Mesquite Street within the city of Boardman.
I move to adopt ordinance 10-2026, an ordinance renaming a portion of Southwest Mount Hood Avenue to Southwest Mesquite Street within the city of Boardman.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Final discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Action items. Resolution 15-2026 declaring City of Boardman personal property as excess.
Perfect. So these are both vehicles in wait, is one in the building department and one is the public works?
No, code.
Code? Thank you.
This one's code.
So the code is the 2018, Public Works is 2014. We're going to use these vehicles, we'll trade them in and use the proceeds to purchase the new vehicles for the building department. So one's a trade-in, one's a cash value, whatever they'll give us.
And only because I haven't been here, were the other vehicles approved by former council, or is that something you have the authority to do?
No, when we did the procurement, the council asked that lower items below a vehicle is fine with me, but vehicle and above goes to you guys.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, any motion?
I move to approve resolution 15-2026, a resolution declaring City of Boardman personal property as excess.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion?
Thank you.
Yes.
Could you also remind us if you had to state the value?
No. And we'll get whatever yeah.
Just with the property, I think it was.
Correct. Yep.
Any other discussion? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 16-2026, increasing the rate structure of solid waste collection in the city of Boardman.
So Kevin Miracle presented to you, the council, last month. And again, there was like no discussion at all. So I don't have anything to add other than it's going up at, yeah, the CPI, the 2.99%. So that's it.
Looking for a motion.
I move to approve Resolution 16-2026, a resolution increasing the rate structure for solid waste collection in the city of Boardman.
I second that.
I got a motion and a second. I have a discussion. We have no choice. Well, everybody has a choice. If we don't agree with the rate structure, then we just don't have garbage service.
Yeah.
And we've and that's the frustrating.
You don't have a choice. In
Because
Boardman,
we're required to have
your garbage picked up, that's part of the.
but
Go ahead.
we have to have garbage service.
Correct.
They are not the only game in town, but they're the only game in our town.
Yeah.
But I think that we get a very good deal. I
We
don't
do.
think that many places around us get it, even with the 3% annual increase, get it anywhere close to this dollar amount. So even though it touches our pocket, it's a lot less than our neighboring towns incur.
And that's kind of what I was getting at is
Okay,
that.
but again, it's just, we don't really have a choice. But it's a good deal for Boardman residents.
So you have a choice. We could say no, and then we wouldn't have garbage service.
No, you can't say no.
You don't have a choice.
No, if we said no to the garbage people to come picking up our garbage,
Oh,
then we don't have to find a different avenue. But
yes.
if a person doesn't have a choice when they live in the city limits, they must purchase garbage.
Can I ask, I'd like to ask a question, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, we're in discussion.
You got my mind moving. Has anybody done a comparison to the city of Boardman doing their own trash collection through the Public Works, and what did it look like?
I haven't.
It was years ago. There was nobody that wanted to do it. You
No,
know,
I mean, we hire our own people and have our own people do it. That's what I'm asking.
Because you're still going to have to pay for
you have to pay for the trucks.
Right.
And the employees and.
and a place to put it. Like you
and
said,
And the
to
fee.
haul it just didn't pencil out.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Just curious,
Yeah.
Those, and see, you'd have to decide whether you wanted to go compete with the other communities and to make it profitable. I mean,
Yeah, my question is, at what point does the city of Boardman become big enough where it's like, hey, it's going to be more cost effective for us to do it ourselves and drive it down to Finley Butte than to
years
hire?
ago, Don Russell did a lot of study about that. And
Gotcha. So ask him. Okay,
Yep.
got it.
and Hermiston still has, Hermiston does sanitary disposal too.
Understood. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just curious. At some point, I think it'll be a discussion that we'll want to consider. That's all.
I think Hepner has their own just because of the distance. And those people were already set up, like they've been doing it for 20 or 30 years kind of a thing.
In Arlington, but then Arlington has,
Probably Waste Management or
they
somebody
do,
there.
they have those. I think they can dump it there for free at the waste management site.
And other towns that are even smaller don't even have garbage service. Some local guy has a garbage truck and he goes around and picks it up once a week. But like Mitchell and Dayville.
Well, the unfortunate thing is everybody's growing and everybody is increasing their rates. Everything is getting more expensive, and that's just seems like we're paying more for everything that we do.
We are.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Resolution 17-2026, dissolution of West URA, Urban Renewal Agency.
I move to approve resolution 17-2026, a resolution terminating the tax increment collections for the West Urban Renewal District.
Second that.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Having hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yep.
All right.
It would be interesting to know what the tax rate was when we went into urban renewal and what the tax rate is today. Just for an aside,
Oh, for those.
because of the improvements that happened in the West Urban Renewal
It would
District.
be the assessed value because the tax rates would remain the same.
Thank you. You knew what I meant, though. Good job.
But I wanted to
Margaret.
clarify that.
Thank you. That's a good
rates remain the
clarification.
same. I'd have to look at it because I don't know off the top of my head what the assessed value was when West was open versus now.
It's been what, 15 years or something? 20 years?
Like 13, I think.
Yeah,
13,
years.
15 years, 13 years.
You know, that has served us well.
Yes,
And
it has.
it's really nice to be able to say to the community or to the people that gave up, like the fire district, and health district, and those that gave up some of their taxing money, that we kept our word and we are going to phase it out.
And it's going back on the tax roll.
Yes,
So
right. It's
that's
done serving
exciting.
the purpose. And that's important so that when you give people a break, in one, we just are talking about raising the garbage rate. And in this other one, we can at least say to our special district friends that they're going to get a raise in their taxes money that they
Right.
receive. So
The taxes have been paid every year by the property owners, but it's all funneled to the city. So now it can, the above, anyway, it doesn't matter.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Not questions, but comments? Okay, moving on. Action items, appoint Main Street Interchange Area Management Plan Public Advisory Committee and Technical Advisory Committee.
Perfect. So the names are there before you. Again, this is connected to the IAMP, the Inter Area Management Plan. The thing we're going to ask is we need one counselor who wants to be on that. It's
Any volunteers?
guys.
Looks like
I
it's-
would volunteer, I guess.
Oh,
I guess I would. But it makes me on 3 committees, maybe somebody or 4, maybe somebody be
I'll
jealous.
be
of
on
what I
it.
get.
would you like to be on that, Chief Hughes?
Perfect.
I move to appoint Counselor Mike Hughes to the,
There is emergency services representation on the TAC, so you just might want to look at that a little closer.
And that Jeremy Gerke, but
Jeremy Gerke.
Yeah, he's with the fire.
but again, it's totally up to you guys.
Yep.
So,
Just
I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah.
If-
and again, we tried to like connect the people in here that would be affected. You know, those are you have a restaurant owner, you have a food court, you have a fuel, you have a special district, you know, we did a developer. Again, most of these are all in that area. So it's going to be a big discussion. There's a lot of input that needs to go into this, and this is long reaching. I mean, this will have impact on the city for years and years to come. So we definitely want to make sure people are going to go, they're going to be invested. So, yep.
Guess I'm interested then.
Because if
I don't know.
Yeah, well, since they have, 3,
Yeah.
potentially 3 emergency service personnel, then if you want to do it, go ahead.
Anybody else?
well, I could do it if nobody else wants to do it either.
She wants to do it.
No, I'm good with it, because I do have a business over there. And I was on the TSP for a while too.
I can do the motion then. I move to appoint Counselor Heather Baumgartner, David Jones, Marcy Rodello, Hardeep Singh, Bob
Doll.
Dahl, Jennifer Layton, Alex Huttenhauer, and George Scheimer to the Main Street Interchange Area Management Plan Public Advisory Committee, and Jacob Kane, Tim Helbig, Marlos Stanton, Brian Wood, Don Hurt, Stephen Davis, Jeremy Kirky, thank you. Rick Stocco, Lauren Dieter, and Andy Lindsay to the Technical Advisory Committee until the completion of the project in January 2027.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I didn't need to.
No, thank you.
Name.
Thank you.
And just so you know, that is going off. And Carlos, we're starting on the 9th, correct?
Correct, yes. First meeting will be the 9th, a week from today.
June 9th. Yep. So it is, we're moving on that.
What time of day, Carla?
It's up to you guys. You need to
After 4.
set the time or whatever.
What did I just hear? Did somebody say?
After 4.
But yeah, I think we're doing a doodle poll, correct?
Yeah, there'll be two different meetings. There'll be a technical meeting and a public meeting. We can have the public meeting late in the day.
So on the same day, you're having a meeting with the group, and then later in the day, you're going to have one for the public?
No, the two different the public advisory committee and the technical advisory committees will be meeting separately.
Oh, okay. But it's both meetings are open to the public?
As any advisory committee meeting would be. There would not necessarily be an opportunity for public comment, but there would be opportunity for the public to participate.
That's what I'm
Or
asking.
attend.
Is it a meeting with no public comment?
Right.
Okay. But if people wanted to come and listen, they can.
Yep, absolutely.
And both meetings are during the day or at the end of the day?
So the technical advisory committee will probably be during the day. Given the request, we'll work to schedule the public advisory committee group at the end of the day, at 4 p.m. probably.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. Dissolving holiday decorating committee.
So, oh, go ahead.
I move to dissolve the holiday decorating committee. It seems redundant, but I'm ready.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Go Brandon, go.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Update account signers and custodians.
As we just thanked, the outgoing counselor, Ethan Salata, we now, need to remove him from the bank accounts as well as a signer and add our incoming counselor, Michael Hughes. And so, this is the motion, and that would be the only changes. Everybody else would remain as a signer of the rest of the counselors.
I move to update the account signers and custodians on City of Boardman accounts at Banner Bank and Money Market account at the Bank of Eastern Oregon by removing Ethan Salata and adding Michael Hughes.
I second that.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion about this? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Intergovernmental Agreement Lane Council of Governments for Hearings Officer.
Okay, so when we were talking about vegetation ordinances and as we've discussed codes and as a council, your goal is to make sure that we're following those codes, that we're having things in order. The concept came up with a hearing officer because it becomes in-house, that we have the autonomy of timing and whatnot, that we're not necessarily reliant on the municipal court or anything like that. What a hearings officer is an attorney or someone with judge experience. We are going to contract with LCOG, who has experience. They do this all throughout the state. They will help us with the transition. They will help us to make sure that we're getting the right information. Again, the emphasis is not on
Enforcement?
Thank you. It's on compliance. But when it arises, when you have instances that we have to do enforcement, this really does help the city. But again, we're trying to get to compliance. That's all we're trying to do. So this is just truly a great opportunity for the city.
Is this discussion?
Not yet.
He was just, yeah, we haven't even had a motion.
But you're about to.
Okay, yeah, that must be coming from you because Brandon was just explaining. Cut him off again?
I move to authorize City Manager Hammond to sign the intergovernmental agreement with Lane Council of Government for a hearings officer.
I second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Discussion.
We'll still be saying to people, you know, you're gonna have to build your fence so it stands up.
Oh,
I
yes,
mean,
yes.
you're gonna give them an opportunity. We're not just gonna go out, are we?
Heavens, no.
Okay, I think we need to be very clear about that. That that the way we intend to do business isn't changing just because we are hiring this company or city to do work.
Absolutely
help
not.
us.
Correct.
That, you know, if I've picked up your dog 4 times and I've told you you need to repair your fence, then maybe the third time I might have said to you, you know, we're going to take a better step. And about the 5th time, we're going to be having a step.
Correct. And it becomes more clear. Like,
Yes.
like this is making the process more clear for everyone, especially as a staff, what steps we can do. And again, I've been here almost 3 years. I can think of maybe 2 or 3 times within 3 years it would go to this level. Like it really is not meant to be that, but we definitely need to have some clear steps. So
Could this be directly impacted by the dog incident we had?
I don't know if
Could this policy that we're looking at
Procedure.
adopting help us deal with a dog incident where
well, that's tricky, and Chief would know more than I would because sometimes that's a criminal matter.
it's criminal versus
So this
maybe-
is not criminal.
maybe not the criminal, but enforcement of our
Yeah, municipal
with our-
code, vegetation
the
or
vegetation thing that we could really run into some issues
correct. Yes,
more than what the city could handle.
correct.
Okay, and issues where people are continuously not trying to follow the compliance of the rules and regulations of living in the city limits.
Noise ordinance, whatever. Yes, yes, municipal code level. Yep.
But the idea that we are going to help them become compliant and
Compliant.
not just hammer it down.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. How about financial
I'm sorry.
How about is there any financial gain that we do by enforcing this?
I mean, you can, because we would get the fines if need be.
Fines
but-
maybe?
Yeah, but again, that's
We're
not
going out
to
looking for
sustain
fines
us. No, no,
and collecting on fines.
correct. No.
Okay. You have a question?
Nope.
Counselor?
I thought you were going off at a different track and I was like, we got to vote. Sorry.
Since
Any
I
other
didn't-
discussion?
Well, I didn't read the agreement, but now that you mention that, is there anything in this agreement that says what happens if somebody is fined? What happens to the money? Because, you know, we've chosen to not take our traffic fines. We give it to circuit court, maybe still, I don't know, someplace, but we don't use it.
And that would be something that we would work through them. But again, the hearings officer is the one who determines the fines. It's not necessarily the city. It's the hearings officer that determines the lien process, not necessarily the city. So we'll have that, but they will be the guiding what to do.
Okay.
And I will say that some of the properties that are very large and covered in lots and lots of grass are looking pretty sharp. They've got people out there working on it all the time, getting it cleaned up, especially across the street from Sam Boardman. It looks really nice. And there are new houses being built over there. So that's also good news.
Okay, we're at any other discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right. So we're at a public hearing or public comment. Is there anyone online that wishes to speak as far as our public comment?
Junior.
Oh, no?
Oh,
Yeah. I don't see anybody online. I noticed we had 2 public comments from the Tallmans. Is there, if we don't, I don't think we need to read them verbally, but if the comments, you can see these comments online if you click onto, okay, that was my question. Okay, so everyone can see the public comment and the writings of Cheryl Tallman and Jonathan Tallman as far as their comments are, and there's no need to respond to those comments because this is public comment. But everybody was able to listen to them and read them and understand their concern. All right, moving on to reports, corresponding, and discussion. Police report.
Okay.
Not there yet? Oh,
Yeah, so I misunderstood. I thought we were already doing that. So I don't have the police report in front of me, but I did submit a police report to the city staff.
Oh,
If there's
good.
any questions about that report, I'd be more than happy to address.
now I understand what you meant. We're not there yet. I get you. No, I did not. I did see online where the officer who doesn't work for us anymore, it just got sworn in at the county. I don't remember his name, so
Yes, so
I
if,
just noted he was a big feller with lots of tattoos.
yeah, it's Officer Armenta. Are there any questions about the report itself? Having no questions, then yes, that was Officer Armenta. He went to Morrow County. We hired Trinidad Mendoza from Morrow County, so it was kind of a swap.
Oh, that's right, Trinidad. I haven't seen
Yeah,
Trinidad.
well, I won't say that. I won't say that. Yes, we continue to train officers. We do have an opening that we are going to be testing for, I believe, somewhere around the 12th, 11th, depending on availability of the school for the ORPAT training. I am excited to announce that at our Chiefs Conference, the Pacific Northwest Accreditation Alliance issued our award. So we have been reaccredited every 3 years. We go through accreditation process. And I will ask Scott Hayes, the executive director of the Accreditation Alliance, to address the city council at our next council meeting, if that's okay. And he will explain the accreditation. So we are following those best practice, best standards, and remain accredited agency. With us tonight, we have one of our most recent graduates from the Police Academy. So I would like to introduce Mercedes Domitz. I will have her get up and give her 5-minute speech to the city council.
Mercedes, all your public speaking skills.
Hello, I am Mercedes Domitz. I've been around here since 6th grade. I got 3 kids around here that go to school. Well, except one, he's still too young. I am very thankful and blessed for this opportunity to serve our community and very happy to do so. And that wasn't 5 minutes, but
Long ways to go.
Mercedes.
Thank
Thanks for.
She is in the process of finishing up her field training. Hopefully she'll be done with that here soon. And so she will be released and out in a vehicle by herself at some point here soon. Also with us, we introduced Wayne Dice when we hired him as a patrol officer. We've since had an assessment center for a sergeant's position, and Mr. Dice rose to the top. And as you are aware, he was a former sergeant with Nevada Highway Patrol. It showed in the process for sure. He is now our new sergeant for the police department. We're excited about that.
Can I ask a question?
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yep. What's the line of duty? You guys are, it is a black stripe over his badge, right?
It's the cable for his migrant.
Oh, got me.
We have all kinds of cables and stuff. so,
gotcha.
Yeah, it's called body cameras and microphones and
No,
all that good
understood.
stuff. So the fire guys don't understand all
No.
that.
And nor do we need it.
Anyway, I think that's about all I have for police department report. We're continuing to work on our staffing levels. Our DUIs continue to plague us. They're just horrible. And fortunately, our team is out working extra hours. I think they had 7 arrests this weekend alone. I don't know if all those were DUIs, but they're busy. So we'll continue to put an emphasis on those DUI patrols.
Hey, Chief, did you say it was Officer Hermena?
Armenta, Greg
Armenta.
Armenta.
So I think even though he left our department and went to Morrow County, he's still serving he's serving our area.
Yes.
I mean, it's a loss to have him go from our agency to there, but at the same time, I'm thankful that we have good officers that are hanging out in, I'm just going to say Morrow County, because we get to see those officers in Boardman. And so knowing that he went to Morrow County, just to me, makes me feel better to know that a good officer is staying in our area to protect us. And that's kind of where I'm at. And so that's all I will say about that. Any other questions or comments about the police department?
I do want to just say welcome. And I will also say I just really appreciate the visibility of law enforcement. It is a small town, but like I've definitely seen you two around, and so I just like to mention that because I think it speaks highly of our law enforcement.
So visibility, we understand who we work for. And those are the people that want to see us out there. And so it's important to this agency to be seen by the people we serve. But it's not just necessarily an everyday environment. It's coming out and saying hi. You know, it's not pulling you over and giving you a ticket all the time. If you got one coming, you're going to get it. But yeah, we like to engage with our community. It's very important to us, and we understand who we work for. So thank you.
Any other questions or comments for the police? All right, thank you, Chief. Building department report.
Did this, he wants to say something.
I do want to make a comment though, and because of you seeing us out there, a lot of it. My karaoke is terrible.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I was going to mention a lot of the reasons why the chief didn't mention it. Why you see us all the time? Me coming from a large agency in the state of Nevada, when I came here and saw the training, the equipment that this agency has, I was impressed. Because what we're doing is we're between our MDTs in our cars, our Axon body cameras now that do translation and also help write our reports, keeps us out visible all the time. It has really saved us a lot of time. And a lot of it's because the chief really going for that technology that we need to be ahead of the curve. I'm very impressed coming from a huge agency in Nevada, coming to a small agency here and seeing what they have. Very impressed. And I hope we keep going because it really does make us stay out there and patrol better and be seen more. So, I mean, that's just credit to the chief, so. That's all I got.
Did I mention he's a suck up too?
So was he paid for that promotion?
All right, any other comments, questions?
Well, I do want to know when we're going to get that simulation thing again, because it's been a long time, chief.
So we do have that set up. The fire chief has offered to allow us in one of their spare rooms at the old fire station, and we have set up the simulator in there. So we continue to do the training. We just recently went to a new taser, and we were trying to get the city manager or the mayor to volunteer to do a demonstration before the city council like we used to do. All they have to do is sign away.
In favor? No nays. Sweet.
We can try to schedule something like that at a work session or whatever, because it does take a little bit of time to go through. Or if you have extra time and you want to just get with me, we can set it up to have our instructors take you over and walk you through a scenario or two.
Of getting tased?
Oh, the scenario.
Simulation.
We'll actually do the full tase for you.
No, I watched you. I saw the holes.
There's paramedics in town.
There's some on the council.
Any other comments? That was fun. All right, moving on, building department report. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Had a chance to take a look at the report? Any questions? We're just trucking along, same, nothing really special.
Well, I do have a question because I down at the bottom of your report, there's some green and yellow, blue, and I don't know, some other color, pink maybe. And then there's the same thing up there in the line of Boardman. I can't figure out how you arrive at the numbers at the bottom.
I think
Am I
those,
clear? With
Say
the,
again?
with the duplex mobile homes, and then it says, number of units, 12, 24, 32. Can you explain what units are? Maybe that's
Oh,
what,
he,
yes. I think we
So-
had the similar question.
the question is, those colors pertain to the manufactured home park, Unity Loop. And the majority of those manufactured homes are duplex homes. So they have units instead of space. There's 2 units to a space. So we kind of had to differentiate that somehow. And the color coding really was Brandon's brainchild.
oh, I see what you mean now, that I
Okay.
just have to multiply 6 times 2 and I get 12, and 12 is the color that's in that top line.
There you
Okay.
go.
Oh, I'm a genius now.
I know. You know it
Let's
probably
not
better
go
than
that far.
Thank you.
Any other
And
questions
those-
for Glenn?
Some of those manufactured homes are now occupiable. They've passed their final inspections, and they've lowered their rental down to $1,100 for one half of a duplex or one duplex unit, and because they were at 14 or something like that, and they weren't getting any bites, and they dropped them down to $1,100, and now they're getting a lot of attention.
Okay. Boy, that's good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Any other comments?
Those are really small.
Yes.
They're about 500 square feet. Yeah.
I've actually seen one inside.
Mhm.
The what
They're already keeping us busy.
are they?
Oh, geez.
Issues?
Oh, yeah. For us, we're fire too.
Oh, I haven't.
Wait until you take somebody out of there, then you'll see.
Oh, we've looked, yeah, I know what you mean now. Any other questions or comments for the building department?
I do have a comment.
Yes.
The other day at the housing meeting, you sent the new inspector, the young man that we just hired.
Mhm.
And I was so happy to have him and Aurelia or whatever.
Orelli.
Yeah, come because I think when they actually heard people from the industry speak, because and so the smart thing the speakers did was they asked them what they learned, and they replied that they didn't understand how much money is involved in developing property and the time frame. I mean, because they're just a section of the timing of permitting and getting some kind of a project going from design to build. So I was so happy that he came and they both came and attended that meeting. I think they got things out of it.
I have to say that David is shaping up to be a phenomenal choice. He's a very capable person.
Good. Good. Well, and he wasn't bashful.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like
Yes,
when he
he's
was
very
put on the
confident.
spot, he rose to the occasion. So
Good to hear.
perfect.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Any other questions or comments? Thanks, Glenn.
Yep. See you guys.
Right. Public Works Department.
Hello. Yeah, you
Hello.
you have my report. Any questions? Everybody's here.
Outside.
That's
He
a
is.
nice, good place to be.
It
Can you hear
is.
me?
Beautiful night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just admiring the view of the
Oh,
outside.
it's a beautiful night outside. Just sitting outside enjoying it.
Good for you. That does sound like a pleasant way to spend your afternoon.
Nope, looks like the roads are coming along down on the north part of town.
Yep.
It's good to see that happening.
Yep. Getting water connected, trying to keep the shutdowns to a minimum. We did learn some things at the power outage. We're working on those to get a better reaction time from our generators and our SCADA system, so the water doesn't go off, hopefully at all. But the guys are Johnny on the spot, getting it back on, and did a great job. They all stepped up and came in and got things running and water back on as fast as they could. So hopefully everybody didn't get stuck in a shower.
I'm sure someone did.
Any other comments, questions?
I was going to say I was driving down Front Street and with all the construction and everything, and I was thinking, this is what a bustling, busy, growing, productive, healthy looking city looks like. It's going to have stuff that's under construction. It's going to have projects that are being worked on. It's going to have things shut down so that it can be improved. And so when you go someplace and you see a town that's like that, you think, oh, they've got some money, they're doing some work, when you drive between Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene, everything's tore up and looks crazy. And you just know there's a ton of money and work happening and they're making improvements to their town. And I think that's what it looks like for us. Although I feel inconvenienced, it's still a good improvement. So
Thank you. Any other comments? Thanks, Junior.
Thanks, guys. Have a good evening.
Yep.
thanks, you too.
Planning Department.
Any questions on the report?
I did not say that.
I did.
Somebody whispered quietly. I'm not sure what it was.
Mhm. It was a no. I don't have any
Oh.
questions.
Okay.
No, I think you shared with us as far as our some of our things that we voted on today. So
There's lots happening and over the next several months, I asked last month about, scheduling some things, some work sessions and things like that. So, um, those will be coming your way real soon.
I'm super excited about the Main Street safety plan. I don't think it's called Main Street, but the addressing that part of north end of the town. I'm ready for that to happen. I'm ready for the discussion. I'm ready for the wrestle, because bottom line is safety comes first as far as I'm concerned, even if you are inconvenienced. And so I'm kind of telling where I'm at, and it's a busy area down there. And so I'm really excited to start hammering this out and coming to a consensus of what needs to happen with as far as what comes from the group who's on those committees.
Yeah,
I'd like
it's
to-
gonna be an interesting conversation for sure.
Absolutely.
I'd like to jump in on what Mayor Kiefer said, because I've been paying close attention when I leave work at 5 o'clock, and both exit ramps are backed up to the freeway, where people are doing, well, I can't even tell you what they're doing because I do 75 and if people go around me like I'm standing still. So you don't want to get rear-ended right there.
Yeah.
And they're completely backed up, 2 and 3, so 2 cars side by side at the intersections, because they're dividing and getting up next to each other, and it's still backed all the way to the freeway. So it's certainly a safety hazard for all of those people trying to get into Boardman, both
Yeah.
east and west.
So good
Yeah.
luck.
Yes, but stand your ground, because that's not safe.
Yeah. My hope is that we can think outside of the box and come up with some different possibilities, some things that, haven't been tried before. That ODOT will be with us in thinking outside the box. That's one of my big concerns, is how do we get them to think about that interchange differently? And I don't know what that means. I mean, I think it's all of those people on the advisory committees, staff, you as a body, the planning commission, being willing to contribute ideas um, and ODOT likes to hang the no on federal highway, and that might mean we have to engage, at the state level, our local representatives to Salem, and maybe on the federal level, our representatives to the federal government to get some understanding of what needs to happen here. So it's going to be a fun project.
Yes,
There's a
indeed.
little bit of sarcasm in that, just a smidge. It's going to be a tough project.
Any other comments or questions for Carla? Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, City Manager.
Perfect. Jose, are you on?
He was.
Yes,
Oh.
I am.
Right there.
Oh, he's there. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Jose, when did you apply? All I want to talk about, just real quick, is the attached document with the, thank you, unmanned aircraft system, the policies and procedures. So this is Jose, has worked towards this, and he received a grant from, can you take that over now, Jose?
Of course. So we received the grant from CIS, our city insurance provider. We applied for it in February 2026. Sorry, the drone grant provided a 2-day in-person FAA Part 107 exam preparation course and a 3-day in-person drone flight training school. They were both in Albany. This also included a CIS unmanned aircraft flight operations manual, which is basically based off of the rules and requirements for the Part 107 rules. So we're trying to propose a UAS policies and procedures document that's before you. This pretty much establishes the city's overall drone program and provides a policy direction regarding the drones and how they would be used for the city of Boardman. So this is pretty different from the CIS one. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Any questions?
So as part of the grant, Jose was trained and is licensed because you have to be licensed in order to operate it. And we also received funds to purchase a drone, and the drone is purchased.
Yep.
The reimbursed, thank you, reimbursed. So really what it is again, just the first time looking at it, so you can get familiar. We will then present it in July for adoption. It's a pretty standard procedure. The benefits truly for this system go like it's going to be manned in the building department, but police department can use this. Planning department can use this. I mean, you could use this for fire and rescue if need be. The drone that we're purchasing, so this is like a step one drone, and then we're going to get a larger drone again purchased through the building fund that will be quite nice and things that you can do with it.
What's the primary use for it though?
Primary use is for building.
Okay.
Yep, to do building inspection things.
That are unsafe for the building inspector to do physically.
Yeah.
That is correct. So rooftop inspections, cell tower inspections, high pallet storage, yeah, just about anything that could be hazardous for the inspector to get on ladders or a man lift or anything. So the drone could accomplish that.
And again, this is just going in phases. The next phase, there will be, as part of his vehicle, it has like a carrier where you can store the drone, and then there's a TV that you would be able to see, like if you're going to searches, instead of seeing on your little screen, it's a large TV that's all connected, and it's all housed in the Tahoe that is used by the building department and purchased by the building department.
So I'd just like to mention, because I know the fire department's got a drone and they use it quite often with the police department. There's a whole nother aspect to that, because, we have to have accountability at the scene and communications, and there's a ton more that goes into it.
Yep.
And on the emergency services side, there's also where we can shut down the airspace during that time. And there's some other things that are involved in that. So I'm glad we're doing it in phases.
Yep.
So.
I just wanted to comment. So they have to have a license, a specific license to be able to operate it.
Correct.
And you said the primary would be for like building inspections and things. But I'm assuming there would have to be some authorization. Whoever
Oh.
you're inspecting.
Oh, to use it on their property?
Right.
Yes, Jose would know all those criteria of what's
Just
allowed
didn't
and what's
see it
not
on the
allowed.
draft yet.
Yeah.
It might be on here. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, we would notify the property owner that we would be flying a drone. It's just pretty much a courtesy to let them know.
I would assume also to protect the equipment that you purchased.
Correct.
Any other comments or questions as regarding to the city manager report?
Well, will there be more people trained? I mean, if Jose has the license, does anyone in the police department have a license to fly a drone yet?
Oh, they do? Oh, perfect.
Okay. There's some of them privately probably have a license.
Yeah, go ahead.
So yes, our drug detective has a license, and the drug team has several drones. For law enforcement use, there's a whole different world. We have to have search warrants. There's certain rules that we have to follow. We can't just start surveilling somebody from airspace. There's a lot more that we have to do. So I did pass on some notes to Jose on recommendations for policy. I don't know where they are on those, but the police department's going to be much more restricted to what we can do.
And you'll tend to that yourselves, and he can, I
Absolutely.
mean, okay. It's kind of like two separate organizations.
Correct.
Anything else?
My last comment is just to Counselor Profit. Now that would be cool to watch, not the pipes.
Oh, would want to do it all. Like why would we stop?
All righty, moving on. Counselor comments. Any of this time for counselor comments? Feel free to share any counselor comments if you haven't already shared them.
Don't you have to go to work?
Has anybody seen the video that the league used to send us when we got to be counselors? About how city councilors behaved on the dais?
I think that would be for you.
Yes.
It would be. I should look it up and see if I have a copy of it and we could play it again.
Isn't it part of the biannual, like every 2 years, I send you guys out training videos? I would imagine it would be in there.
Is it the one where they are standing up like hitting each other and stuff?
We don't hit each other.
I don't
In
know
the
if
video,
I've ever
that's
seen
the-
it.
I'm sure that you have seen it because you've been committed to
Absolutely.
this job long enough. So
I think I fast forwarded through that one. Any other council comments? I'll have no mayor comments today. So the Boardman City Council will now meet in executive session pursuant to ORS 192.6602E, which allows the council to meet in executive session to consider real estate. Representatives of the news media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session in person. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on or otherwise disclose any of the deliberations or anything said about these subjects during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. The public Zoom meeting link will be closed during the executive session as permissible. Executive session meetings are not subject to House Bill 2560. No decision may be made in executive session. Executive session is expected to last less than 30 minutes. No action is planned. So since we have no action planned, I am going to adjourn the city council meeting.